Let's go ahead and stir the pot a little, shall we? Last Friday, 10 minutes before dismissal time, I decided to live stream my students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate and other people saying this was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing and people were just making it weird. So of course I had to bring this issue to the big stage. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video and I was one of the ones being interviewed. So I had to look presentable, so I didn't take my hair out. I didn't have the time to do it all myself because it would have taken me forever. So naturally I asked about 4 or 5 of my over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out and they all agreed. Number two, this was at the end of class. This week we were doing STEM fair presentations. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM fair projects and presentations, I told them if we get one solid presentation in this class, I'll end class a little early and they can have fun and play basketball, darts, or be on their phones or whatever. And during that time, my team would help me take my hair out. A couple of these were students from my class, but others were students from other classes. I wrote all of them a pass at the beginning of the class period, requesting their assistance 10 minutes before dismissal. I told the teachers only send them if all of their work was completed and they had good behavior. They all met the criteria, so 10 minutes before dismissal, they showed up for their job. My next point I like to make is if I was a female teacher, those people wouldn't be in the comments saying, oh, this is weird, this is inappropriate. Because me personally, I don't think there's anything weird about this. People are saying, oh, that's too intimate. To me, it's literally just hair. It doesn't have to be weird. Some people have never had cool teachers and it shows. I personally believe that building authentic relationships with students is paramount in being an effective teacher. I make sure my students know and can feel that I care about them beyond the schoolwork and all the stuff that I have to make them do. I take the time to get to know my students outside of academics because caring for the whole child is what's important. Some of these students have been with me since I was a substitute 4 years ago. They see me as a big brother or a father figure, as some of them say. And me, I don't want kids of my own, so all of these kids are literally my children. And in case you're wondering about their parents, most of them follow me on social media and always talk about my videos with their kids. They always tell me that they're so grateful that their kids have someone like me in their life. In my admin, they're well aware of my social media presence and they love my videos. To me, this is just another wholesome moment that I'm having with my kids that I was fortunate enough to catch on film. Since I'm a science teacher, one thing that I teach my students about is symbiosis. Symbiosis deals with the relationships between organisms. The type of relationship that I like to foster in my class is mutualism, or mutualistic relationship, which means both organisms benefit from the exchange. So when my students have good behavior, complete all their assignments, and do everything that a scholar is supposed to do, I reward them with downtime and just time to just be a kid, be on their phones, play games, gossip, so on and so forth. My students and I work hard and we play harder. I'm fortunate enough to have students that feel safe and comfortable around me, safe to come to me with their problems, their frustrations. They come to me seeking guidance and wisdom, or come to me simply to chill and hang out because they know that they have a safe space to be themselves around me. What I strive to do as an educator is be the teacher I wish I had grown up. I strive to be the teacher that makes my inner child happy, someone that my inner child will be proud of. I want to be the teacher that my students reflect back on 20, 30 years down the line and think like, dang, that teacher I had in middle school, he was the shit. No further questions, Your Honor. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. You think this was inappropriate or people are making something out of nothing? And although you are entitled to your opinion, all I ask is that you be respectful. Thank you.
So, as you guys can see from the video that we just watched, social media is on fire right now with the big question, is this appropriate? And honestly, after this video, some of you might not like me. First, let's get into why this is even a thing right now, why this is on the media trending as like a, oh my gosh, what's the problem? Is this appropriate? Is it inappropriate? Why did this even come to be? I broke this video down into 3 parts to explain why this is all even happening in the first place so that we can get a better understanding of the full scope of what's going on here. But on the next episode of Millennials Trying to Figure Out How to Be the Next Adults, we have the cool teacher. First up, let's move into point 1, boundaries. So as we can see here, there's a young male teacher. He's about, I want to say he's in his late 20s. He really doesn't seem too old. He could be in his early 30s. And he seems to be very fond of these children. He says in many of his videos that they're very close. They have a brother-sister type of relationship. Some of them see him as a father figure, which is great. And he brands himself to be the cool teacher. Before I start, I'd like to say some of people on social media are thinking that this is sexual or that these things might give the children the wrong idea. The video in question that went viral, I do not think is sexual. However, what I do have a problem with is the boundaries of it all. Requesting students come out of their class 10 minutes early, whether it is they did finish their schoolwork or whatever it is, to come take out your hair, it's very comfortable. Okay, I don't know about y'all, I literally graduated from high school like 2 years ago, and the teachers that I had wouldn't even let us sit behind their desks. Some of them would, not all of them. But the boundaries were very far separated in a way where it was like taking down my teacher's hair. It wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. I don't discredit him in saying that doing hair is what little girls like to do, but I'm still trying to wrap us around the idea that they're middle school girls. There's nothing sexual about it, but it's school that we're in at the end of the day. Here we have a video of him getting his nails done, basically responding to a TikTok message saying, "Would I let my daughters paint my nails? Of course, this isn't about painting the father's nails, it's about painting another grown man's nails." Everybody needs to pay attention more in class and focus on the curriculum and not painting nails so much, because this man can't even spell.
No way you're still embarrassing yourself online. I'm gonna make you look foolish for a second time. You bet your ass I let my students paint my nails before. The student that you see in this video has goals and aspirations to be a nail tech. Not only does she do nails, she does hair, makeup, she's a dancer, super intelligent. She's pretty much a jack of all trades. Since that's the homie, she came up and saw my nails looking a little rough, and she decided she wanted to give me a fresh, clear coat. And just to add this in there, right before this video, my students took a standardized, like one of those state tests. And typically after state testing, I let the students chill, because who the hell wants to do work after, all morning sitting at a desk taking a test? Not only was this moment captured during our downtime, because I'm not just like, hey, we're not going to learn science today. I actually have to get my nails done, so all you just watch me, because, that would be dumb. Her guardians are well aware of this. Her mom literally watches my videos all the time. Not only does she love my content, but she signed a media release form for her daughter so she can be in my videos. Y'all men are literally telling on yourselves in the comments. Why are y'all projecting your weird ass energy? Just cause you're messed up in the head doesn't mean everyone else is. There's a future nail tech right here.
Okay, I'm gonna just stop it right there. I see what he's trying to do, or what he's trying to portray. Oh my gosh, I support my students. This is great. This is lovely, amazing, whatever. But boundaries, we're in school. School is not the place to be getting your nails painted by your students. There are ways to be a cool teacher without crossing certain boundaries. And then he basically leads on to say that his students took a standardized test, which is the reason why he's giving them free time to unwind and relax, to do whatever they want. And them unwinding and relaxing is them wanting to do your nails for you. I hear you, but something about you making content out of this just doesn't eat. I also looked back on his page to see some of his previous videos on what he was doing with these kids, because it seems like this was his main source of content, the children. And I came across this interview. Just save all your comments until the end and just watch this.
Hey, can y'all quiet down back there? How about just take a seat? That'd probably be great. Just go ahead and sit down. This is here.
Who am I here with today?
Mr. White. Hey, why don't we sit? I can hear these.
Okay, so the first question is, why are you so sassy or /sassy?
Well, I'm sassy because I match energy. So when you're sassy to me, I'm sassy back. But a real politically correct answer, my parents split up. Oh, that's too funny? You couldn't handle it? be sassy to me, so I give it back. But yeah, to give you an actual answer, my parents split up when I was younger, so it was pretty. It was my mom and my sister for like most of my life, so I was with females a lot. So I wouldn't consider myself zesty. I'm a balanced man who's both masculine and has a little bit of feminine. I'm balanced, yin and yang, male and female. And I'm not, when I say zesty, I don't mean like, I'm trying to go after guys. It's not the case, but I'm comfortable with myself. So I can talk like this and still be fine, or I can talk about her edges or stuff like that. Yeah. How are you opposed to female?
Need I say any more? Just based off of the sheer body language of the students asking the questions, how crazy are the people on Twitter for saying that young girls are impressionable or you never know how anything is taken by somebody else? Listen, I'm not trying to insinuate anything, but I get how it is to be a 12, 13-year-old girl and have a teacher, a male teacher, that is a little bit attractive. Like, can we all just act like regular people for just a moment here? Like, is it too far-fetched to say that when you do look a certain type of way and you're teaching people who are young and impressionable, and there is an obvious power dynamic where you're a teacher and they're a student, and you being cool with them or being their bestie or their twin or their trusty makes them feel generally closer to you, more open to you, wanting to do things for you, and you're here like utilizing it for clicks and views and whatever it can translate into for you, while you have young girls fawning over you for video reactions. Something about it just, it rubs me the wrong way. And knowing that he's been making content and has a long catalog of content on his page and probably knows the implications of how things look or might be perceived to people, and still chose to put it down there as a fully grown and aware man, something about it just doesn't give. Not to mention that the name of his school is quite literally on his shirt while he's showing these kids. Now, a lot of people are saying that if it was a woman, it would be looked at a lot differently. And let me just give you my opinion on perspective. Now, I've seen a lot of videos where there's kids, young boys cutting their teacher's hair, or I've even seen videos of women getting their lace fronts put on in class. It is a mess.
I know y'all probably wondering how I got myself in this predicament, but look, my alien head ass teacher wanted me to do her hair for this trail ride, and if I'm getting her ass together, she done call her whole motherfucking attitude cause her nigga done pissed her off. I just mind my business though, because look, right back a kicking in that nigga face that's toxic, any fucking ways. We gonna get into this pregame though, because boom, if the wig don't slap before you put it on, don't even fuck with it. I'm getting the bitch together, she start acting like she know what she doing. Almost let me slap that hand with a comb, cause don't do that, move. So I blow drying the bitch, she start acting like she don't wanna be on camera and shit, but turned around and got back on camera. Make it make sense. Any fucking ways, we stopped to eat and shit like the fat bitches we is, but it's okay cause boom, it's nothing but scalp baby, but.
And I don't think that should be happening either. School is a time for instruction. Granted, I know a lot of kids don't listen and they don't focus, but when I was growing up, which wasn't long ago at all, teachers were not letting you sit there get full-blown lace installs in class for content. I will say, there is a difference when a kid is making the video and posting it and trying to get their teacher to be involved in something that they're doing, and when the adult in the situation is the one benefiting and using the students to make content. They don't look the same in the media eye, I will say that. It's like family vloggers. It's one thing to film your parents like, oh, this is mom and dad and I'm doing my channel because I want to, and this is my kid and we're gonna make content now. Look at them crying. Yes, Timmy just fell off the slide at recess and look at that nasty little scar on his nasty little knee. Like, it just, the dynamic doesn't work, which leads me into my second point, clout. Now, I've seen certain videos on his page where he's blocked out the faces of the students while they're trying to interview him. So obviously it came up in his head to know that, oh, I probably shouldn't be recording these kids. However, he later on mentions that he got the kids to sign media release forms so that it's okay if he records them. Now, okay, he went the legal route and made sure that everything would be okay if he recorded them. Smart man. However, let me stop you right there. Is it not weird, as a parent, follow me here, The teacher is sending home media release forms to film your child while they're in class so that he can make content for his TikTok. Do you not see anything wrong with that? Where is the line drawn where it's like, okay, I'm at work, I'm gonna do the work, and then if I want to be a content creator when I go home, I'm going to do that. You are now involving people's kids in your social media career. Innocent young people who don't need to be in that spotlight of being online like they are right now. I didn't even mention that his name was Mr. White. Not to even mention that when he did self-report and post the viral video, he quite literally started the video off with saying, okay, to stir the pot.
Let's go ahead and stir the pot a little, shall we? Last Friday,
So he literally knew, like, this is getting mad. The man knew that the video was going to go crazy. I had to check if the camera was going to die. He was well aware of the implications that could be brought upon him from how the video looked, and he still decided to post it anyways because of the want of clout. He said he knew it was gonna stir the pot. He had them on live, do you guys even understand that that's crazy within itself? You're live streaming kids in the class while you're teaching? That is so random. Have any of your teachers ever live streamed while they were teaching? I must be getting old. The internet moves so fast that I graduated 2 years ago and I'm starting to feel old because I've never heard of a teacher live streaming in class before. He's trying to brand himself as the cool teacher. I've seen even like hashtag teacher bae in this one post. He's trying to be cute. I see what he wants to be. He wants to be that cool, hot teacher that everybody wants to be in his class. They want to skip to his room. That's who he's trying to let out on the internet. But he's going so deep into it that he forgot about the boundaries. And it's really not just him. Another teacher, Miss Johnson, she also posts teachertok content. She made videos of her talking to her students and received a lot of backlash for the way that she talked to students.
Hello, boys. Are you going to say hello back to me?
Hi, Miss Johnson. I'm sure by now everybody has seen this video of Mrs. Johnson talking to her students. What's absolutely hilarious to me is I didn't have any of these teachers growing up. Where was this at?
Which is why I say, people online don't understand the relationship that you guys have with your students, however it is that you may interact and things that may be normal for you guys. We just look at it as school and kids should be in there learning and you should be trying to promote that as best as possible. When you decide to put your students in your content or interact with them in your content, you leave a whole realm of perception open to the whole entire internet, involving kids that don't need to be involved. Which in a way does put those kids at risk, but from what I'm seeing from Mr. White's page, this type of content does get a lot of views. So as somebody who's been trying to build his catalog, obviously, he's going to feed into the content that gets him the most views, which is literally posting these kids to the point of sending home media releases so that they can be in his TikToks indefinitely. That's strange. So as of yesterday, Mr. White has been fired. And honestly, he's not really making it any better for himself. He went on TikTok crying about the whole situation, and it really doesn't look good. I'm gonna play the video right now.
Amidst all the controversy that has come from this video that I posted, I wanted to come on here and read some of the messages that my students are sending me during. Some of the messages that they've been sending me. During this time. Hey, bestie. I really hope that you see this message. How are you? I hope that you're okay. Our class misses you so much, and we really want you to know that we love you and we miss you so much and can't wait for you to come back. I can't believe that taking somebody's hair out is such a big deal, and it makes me so mad that people make little things big things. I want you to know that the class and others got your back, and we will always stand behind you and up for you no matter what happens. We got you. Again, we miss you and we love you so much, and can't wait for you to come back. I wish that this never happened because it feels like we're losing you. For the GOAT. What's up, Mr. White? I know that your situation may not be looking the best, but just know that you'll get through it, and we all know your real intentions. Remember, Remember your Bruce Lee quote. Remember your Bruce Lee quote. Can't wait for your return. P.S. Your Air Maxes are in the boys' locker room. I seen them today after practice, and I didn't know what to do with them, so I just put them in there. My Bruce Lee quote is, if you have an emotional reaction to anything someone says or does to you, it means that that person can control you, and you should not be controlled by anyone.
It's leading a lot of people to wonder the other obvious questions. Sir, do you see what you're being accused for? How are these kids even reaching out to you to tell you that they're sad? And also, if you're so loving and caring and a role model and everything that you say you are, why are you still using the small drop of the kids that you have left to make more content? Why is everything content? Bro, the kids are on the phone crying, oh, we miss you, Mr. White, please come back. If you don't come back Monday, we know it's something. And you're here crying to sad violin music and making a video out of their sad messages. Do you even care for real? My guy, you hooked up the camera, sat down, got cute, and then cried on cam to make a video reaction to what happened to you at school. Do you not see the problem here? You're not making it better for yourself. You should just apologize, say you didn't mean it to look the way that it looked, and ask for forgiveness and let people decide that you might have good character. But pushing that you have good character doesn't make people think you have good character just because you say so and you're trying to justify it. It makes you look guilty. The perspective that he's trying to go for and the branding exists in a fucking sitcom and doesn't exist the way that he thinks it does in real life. Watch this video.
I have to remind them.
I'm the cool young teacher.
Of course, some of my students get a little too comfortable,
and I have to remind them that I'm not your friend. I'm your teacher.
Highly inappropriate
that the yacht is true.
You can't say, of course, they feel too comfortable and that they cross the lines when you don't make any clear lines. But this teacher talk thing is a lot more saturated than I thought it was. I mean, you have teachers doing get ready with me, teacher hauls, what I carry in my purse videos, just general videos from the school day, and they get millions of views. His page wasn't super relevant as it is right now until he started consistently making videos with him and those kids. And he's not even thinking about the outside implications that there could be literal weirdos watching this, trying to see underage kids, and you're the one posting them. And I know there are the warriors on the internet trying to be like, oh, this is why black men don't become teachers, and you're saying things that are stopping them from becoming teachers. But pause! If he cares so much about his profession like he says he does and is willing to go on all of these rampages on the internet talking about how he loves these kids and how he cares about them so much, any teacher that I knew growing up wanted to teach so much and cared so much about their job and had so much respect for it that they would never put themselves in a situation where there were things going on that there was room for interpretation left open for students to even say anything about them. Unless they were like one of the weird coaches for football, which were always having things said about them and nobody did anything about it, but that's besides the point. If he respected and cared about his job as much as he did, he wouldn't be sitting here trying to cross the lines between being the cool hot teacher and being Mr. Stricty Pants. We're not telling you to be Squidward, my boy. We're just saying, act like you're at work. Act like you're at work. Me being in school, and I went to school in South Florida. People love lace fronts here. I never saw a teacher getting her lace front put on in school. Certain things are just tacky and frowned upon, okay? I've, however, seen teachers support students' businesses by going to them after school hours to book appointments with them to get their hair done, but never them getting it done during school hours. What the hell is going on with this generation? Which leads me into my third and last point, capitalism, which is usually where all of these internet deep dives end up. Because teachers do not get paid enough. And what does social media clout come with? Brand deals. Mr. White himself even got himself a little a little sponsorship. I'm talking about scholarship. We're talking about school so much. He got himself a sponsorship throughout all of this from being around these kids. These kids are profiting nothing from it, and yet still he feels so entitled to use them as a prime source of his content. Now, my thing is, usually when people are trying to make videos for a while and something finally starts to pop, they usually try to keep that momentum going. So for him, if the content started to pop most when he started posting these kids and posting his classroom life and the ecosystem of it, of course he's going to make more and more content. The problem is, the deeper you go into trying to be this cool teacher that's like hip with the times and with the kids, letting them do whatever, just talking to them about whatever, being that cool guy that they can depend on, how far does that go? How much do you try to feed into that until something dangerous might happen or something goes too far? Saying that it's inappropriate isn't people trying to say that there's something sexual going on. Saying it's inappropriate is them trying to be proactive instead of reactive to take care of the kids so that nothing does end up happening. Not to say that something is happening or he's trying to make something happen or just trying to prevent it. That's why we're saying it's inappropriate. It's not appropriate to be doing non-school things in school. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. And as a teacher, you're supposed to be the enforcer of instruction, not the person guiding the, hey guys, let's bullshit and fuck off today. Unfortunately, right now, my boy is teetering between professional and between brand building. And as much as he seems like he likes to be a teacher and he likes to take care of these kids and be there for them, I think his love of being a content creator might surpass that. And people are starting to see that online. Mind you, none of this would have happened if he wasn't trying to make content out of it and clout chase off of just trying to build an actual relationship with these students. If you're actually trying to build a bond and actually trying to build a relationship where they can really trust you, why do you have to document the whole process to show everybody how cool you are? If you're so cool, be cool and let those kids have that and let it live on in their memory. Why does it have to become monetized onto social media? What does the social mediaification of your job have to do with anything? Why did we have to know? It makes it seem very disingenuous. All in all, I end this video off with saying, do it for the love, not for the likes. Destiny out this bitch.
You mean to tell me that those teachers on this app who get on here and film themselves, Sally, no. Hi. You mean to tell me that's legal? Like, I do not understand how that's legal. You just film yourself talking to 8-year-olds. And somehow that doesn't go against your district's guidelines. Like, there are so many teacher creators on here. And I just don't know, like, I would be livid if my 8-year-old was talking to their teacher and she put it on Facebook or TikTok or whatever. Like, I get it, like, having a generalized permission slip, I guess, or a consent form, but it's weird. It's weird as shit. It's just such weird content to make. I'm sorry, it just is.